my beloved you there, in the shadows, reading this with eyes heavy from carrying pain, with a heart wounded by the weight of misunderstanding, judgment, and the sting of being underestimated. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not weak. I see you. Heaven sees you. And I have been sent to speak directly to you. They talk behind your back, don't they? They gather in secret corners, pretending their opinions define your worth. They mistake your silence for submission, your kindness for weakness, your stillness for surrender. But what they fail to see and what they cannot comprehend is that the very silence they mock is your secret weapon. While they speak, you listen. While they plot, you pray. While they doubt, you discern. You are not hiding, you are healing. You are not stuck, you are being still for a reason. You are not weak, you are waiting with wisdom. You were never created to shout your worth to a world too deaf to hear heaven. Your value is not proven by noise, by arguments, by begging for understanding. You are being refined in silence. You are being protected by purpose. You are being set apart and not cast away. Oh, if they only knew who you are becoming behind the curtain, a broken bar, they think you're finished. But really, you've only just begun. Their whispers are just wind, fleeting, temporary, irrelevant to your eternal design. Their gossip cannot delay your glory. Their laughter will soon echo back to them in the sound of your rising. Because, child of God, your story is not over. Your chapter of silence is not the end, it's the pause before the rise, the breath before the breakthrough. You are not alone in this hush. God is working while you're waiting. The angels have surrounded your space with protection. I have been standing by your side when you cried yourself to sleep after they betrayed you. I have seen the nights you wanted to scream but chose to kneel instead. I watched when you turned the other cheek, not because you were weak, but because you were wiser. That strength, that patience, that mercy, it didn't go unnoticed. You planted seeds in the soil of silence. And heaven never wastes a seed. They thought you were done. But what they didn't realize, a broken bar, is that the quiet ones are the most dangerous in the spirit. Not dangerous in wrath, but in divine resolve. The ones who suffer in silence are the ones God anoints with double. The ones who are rejected by men are often handpicked by heaven. Let them talk. Let them call you fake, weird, too sensitive, too quiet, too much, too little. Let them laugh at your dreams. Let them screenshot your struggles. Let them try to interpret a story they were never meant to understand. Their opinion cannot stop your prophecy. Their chatter cannot block your calling. Their envy cannot delay your elevation. Let them talk, child. Because while they talk, God is watching. He is watching your restraint. He is watching your loyalty. He is watching how you loved them even after they betrayed you. He is watching how you chose peace when you could have chosen revenge. He is watching a broken bar, and he is not unjust to forget. The very ones who called you weak will see your strength. The very ones who called you slow will watch you sprint through the doors God opens for you. The very ones who tried to bury you will witness your resurrection. The fire in your soul was never theirs to control. They didn't start it, and they can't stop it. It is divine fire, an unquenchable flame lit by purpose, not popularity. You don't need their applause. You don't need their acceptance. You don't need their permission to shine. Because the one who formed you in the secret place is the same one preparing to place you in front of the very audience that dismissed you. And when he does, it won't be your voice that speaks first, it will be your fruit. Fruit that came from pain. Fruit that came from pressing. Fruit that came from hidden obedience. They won't be able to deny the evidence of what God did with your surrender. Let me tell you a secret, beloved, stillness is strategy. And heaven's strategies are strange to those who walk in the flesh. They expect noise. They expect speed. But your God works in reverse. He hides kings in caves. He trains warriors in wildernesses. He crowns the quiet ones. And right now, He's writing your comeback. Not one word will be wasted. Not one tear unnoticed. Not one betrayal forgotten. You've been walking through fire, yes, but you've also been forged. You've been misunderstood, yes, but also marked. You've been mocked, yes, but also molded into something unshakable. Let them talk. Let them post. Let them plan. Because soon a broken bar you will rise. And when you do, it won't be for revenge, it will be for revelation. God is about to reveal who you really are. The delay wasn't a denial, it was a setup. Every season of silence was a stage being built. Every door that shut was heaven rearranging the room. Every no you heard was making space for the yes that carries your name. And when it comes, so when your moment arrives, so those who whispered will weep. Not because you sought their downfall, but because your eyes will be undeniable. Because your glow will convict their gossip. Because your fruit will speak what your mouth never needed to say. You are the comeback. Not just a part of an year, but the very definition of one. But remember this, do not rise with bitterness. Rise with beauty. Do not seek revenge, let your victory speak. Do not prove them wrong, prove God right. Because your story isn't about proving people wrong, it's about showing what grace can do with a surrendered soul. You've endured long nights, unanswered prayers, betrayals from those you trusted most. You've suffered in silence while others smiled in your face and stabbed you in your back. You've held your breath in rooms where your name was used like a weapon. But heaven heard it all. And justice is coming, and not the way the world gives it, but the way heaven designs it. With honor. With restoration. With rewards that cannot be stolen. What's coming to you will be public, undeniable, and drenched in glory. Not because of your strength, but because of your surrender. Because you chose silence over spite. Because you trusted God in the dark. I know it hurt. I know it was unfair. I know you wanted to give up. But I am here, Angel of the Most High, sent to remind you it wasn't in vain. None of it was wasted. None of it was for nothing. Every moment of pain is about to birth a moment of power. The same people who called you too quiet will one day say, "How did they do it?" and the answer will be simple: grace. God. Glory. Oh, hold on, beloved. I know you're tired. I know the weight you carry in silence has left bruises on your soul, and I've seen how many nights you've cried behind closed doors, trying to make sense of why the ones you trusted the most became the ones who hurt you the deepest. But listen to me now, not as one who pities you, but as one who walks beside you, unseen but never absent, a guardian sent from the heart of heaven itself to remind you of the promise written over your life. Don't let the fire go out. Even when your hands tremble from carrying burdens no one else can see, even when their words feel like knives wrapped in sweet smiles, even when you're tempted to walk away from everything heaven has whispered in the quiet chambers of your heart, don't let their shadows dim your light. You are so close now. So close. Closer than you've ever been. Can you feel it? That holy tension in your spirit? That pressing on your heart that won't let you give up, even when everything around you screams surrender? That is heaven's breath upon your purpose. That is divine evidence that your story isn't over, it's just entering the part where victory starts unfolding. The part where the misunderstood are revealed as the anointed. The part where the castaways become the crown bearers. You are not just surviving, you are being refined. You are not just enduring, you are evolving. And soon, the very ones who whispered behind your back will become the watchers who can't look away from the wonder God is making out of your wounds. Let them talk. Let them twist your story. Let them laugh at your prayers and scoff at your silence. They don't know that in the silence, heaven has been moving mountains for you. They don't know that in the silence, angels have been dispatched to war on your behalf. They don't know that your quiet season was never about punishment, it was preparation. You were never forgotten. You were being fortified. You were being hidden on purpose because what God is building in you needed time away from their opinions, away from their reach, away from their sabotage. You've been underestimated, yes, but never broken. Wounded, yes, but still worshipping. Mocked, yes, but still marching. Because in silence, beloved, you are becoming unstoppable. You are not who they said you were. You are who God has declared you to be. And soon, you will see with your own eyes what I have seen all along, a glory rising from your ashes, a throne rising from your rejection, a crown forged from your pain. You will walk into rooms that were once closed to you, and the ones who whispered will have no choice but to watch. Watch as you rise. Watch as you bloom. Watch as you prosper. Watch as favor finds you again and again until even they have to say, surely, the hand of God is upon this one. This is your winning season. But not the kind the world expects, not one built on revenge, or noise, or proving people wrong. No, this is a divine success. The kind heaven authors. The kind that humbles even the proudest hearts. The kind that unfolds with such grace that you won't even need to speak, or your fruit will speak for you. Your peace will speak for you. Your strength will speak for you. Your survival will speak for you. They tried to bury you in doubt, but they didn't know you were a seed. And now, heaven is watering every dry place in your life. Every delay has become a setup. Every no was God's redirection. Every betrayal was a breaking that led to your becoming. So I say again, let them whisper. Let them question how someone like you could carry such glory. Let them wonder how you survived what was meant to destroy you. Let them watch. Because the fire within you was never theirs to understand. It was heaven's flame, and no amount of slander can snuff out what the Spirit has ignited. You are rising in a quiet strength that terrifies the darkness. You are walking with angels assigned to open doors no man can shut. And your steps, although heavy, are holy. Your reward is not just earthly. It is eternal. You will not only walk in victory, you will become the testimony. Others will find their courage because of your perseverance. Others will find their healing because you chose not to give up. You are heaven's living proof that pain can birth power, that silence can breed strength, and that rejection can redirect you into divine purpose. So hold your head high, beloved. Straighten your spine. Wipe your tears. There's a crown being placed on your head in the Spirit right now. Do you feel it? The weight of it? That's the weight of answered prayers. That's the weight of favor overtaking you. That's the weight of heaven saying, "Well done, child." You kept walking. You kept believing. You kept the fire alive. Thy yen drop eth apostrophe if you've been underestimated but never broken. Eth y negation tag someone who's walking in quiet strength. Ao diaris is like share if you know that the best revenge is always a divine success. Because the time has come. You are not waiting anymore. You are walking. Walking into healing. Walking into purpose. Walking into favor. Walking into restoration. And nothing and no whisper, no lie, no past mistake here can stop what heaven has already begun in you. You are chosen. You are anointed. And you, beloved, a broken bar, are unstoppable. Beloved, as you stand at the threshold of this divine moment, know that the journey through the shadows has not been in vain. The silence you've endured, the tears you've shed, the betrayals you've faced, they have all been threads in the tapestry of your becoming. You are not merely a survivor of the storms, you are a masterpiece sculpted by the hands of heaven, a living testament to the power of grace, resilience, and unwavering faith. The world may have tried to dim your light, but it could never extinguish the fire God placed within you. That fire, that unquenchable flame, is about to blaze brighter than ever before, illuminating not just your path but the lives of those who witness your eyes. As we draw this message to a close, let us reflect on the journey, celebrate the promise of your breakthrough, and ignite a call to action for you to step boldly into your divine destiny while inviting others to join in this sacred conversation. The whispers of doubt, the sneers of judgment, the weight of being misunderstood, these were not meant to break you but to build you. Every moment you chose silence over retaliation, every time you knelt in prayer instead of rising in anger, you were forging a strength that the world cannot comprehend. This strength is not loud or boastful, it is rooted in the quiet confidence of knowing who you are in God's eyes. You are His chosen, His anointed, His beloved. The world may have labeled you as too quiet, too sensitive, too different, but heaven calls you set apart, purposeful, and destined for greatness. The very qualities others mocked are the ones God has been refining, preparing you for a moment so glorious that it will silence every critic and rewrite every narrative they tried to impose on you. Consider the biblical heroes who walked this path before you. Joseph, sold into slavery and imprisoned, was underestimated by his brothers and forgotten by those he helped. Yet, in the silence of his suffering, God was weaving a story of redemption that would elevate him to save nations. Esther, an orphan in a foreign land, was overlooked by the world, but her quiet courage and strategic stillness positioned her to deliver her people. David, the shepherd boy mocked by his brothers and despised by Goliath, was anointed in secret long before he was celebrated in public. These stories remind us that God's greatest works often begin in the hidden places, in the quiet seasons, in the moments when the world sees nothing but weakness. Your life, beloved, is no different. The silence you've endured is not a sign of defeat but a sacred stage where God is crafting your comeback. Let's pause to marvel at the divine paradox of your journey. The world celebrates noisy shouts of self-promotion, clamors for attention, and the chaos of instant gratification. But God? He delights in the quiet ones. He whispers his secrets to those who listen in stillness. He anoints those who trust him in the dark. Your ability to remain faithful in the unseen moments, to keep sowing seeds of kindness, prayer, and obedience despite the pain, has not gone unnoticed. Every seed you've planted in the soil of silence is about to yield a harvest so abundant that it will overflow into every area of your life. The relationships that were broken will be restored or replaced with connections that honor your worth. The opportunities that were denied will give way to doors that swing wide open. The dreams that were ridiculed will manifest in ways that exceed your wildest imagination. This is the promise of heaven for those who endure, who trust, who wait. But waiting, beloved, is not passive. Your stillness has been an active war, a spiritual defiance against the enemy's attempts to derail your destiny. Every time you chose to forgive instead of curse, to pray instead of despair, to hope instead of give up, you were waging a battle in the unseen realm. The angels have been your witnesses, standing guard over your heart, shielding you from attacks you never even saw. The Holy Spirit has been your guide, whispering courage when you felt like crumbling, reminding you of your identity when the world tried to strip it away. And God Himself has been your defender, watching every moment of injustice, collecting every tear, and preparing a recompense that will leave no doubt of His faithfulness. The Bible declares in Psalm 56:8, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Not one moment of your pain has been wasted. Not one wound has been overlooked." God is turning every sorrow into a testimony, every scar into a star. Now, let's address the whispers of the voices that tried to define you, to confine you, to diminish you. Those who spoke behind your back, who laughed at your dreams, who underestimated your potential. They were not your enemies, they were your assignments. Their words were not meant to destroy you but to develop you. Their betrayal was not meant to break you but to break open the reservoir of grace within you. You see, God often uses the opposition to propel us into our purpose. The stone the builders rejected becomes the cornerstone, Psalm 118 hours 22 minutes. The one they called weak becomes the vessel of His strength. the one they overlooked becomes the one he exalts. Your story is no exception. The very people who tried to bury you will soon stand in awe of the life you've built, not through revenge but through resilience, not through bitterness but through beauty. As you prepare to step into your winning season, let me remind you of a truth that anchors this entire message: your worth is not determined by the opinions of others. It is not measured by their applause, their acceptance, or their understanding. Your worth was established before the foundation of the world, when God knit you together in your mother's womb. Psalm 139 hours 13 minutes -14. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, a royal priesthood, a chosen generation. 1 Peter 2-9. The world may have tried to make you feel small, but heaven declares you are significant. The enemy may have tried to make you feel forgotten, but God says you are forever remembered. The whispers of doubt may have tried to make you feel unworthy, but the voice of the Most High proclaims you are unstoppable. This is why your silence has been so powerful. In a world that demands noise, you've chosen the higher road of trust. In a culture that glorifies self-promotion, you've leaned into surrender. In an age that rewards revenge, you've embodied grace. This is not weakness, this is wisdom. This is not defeat, this is divine strategy. And now, as the curtain prepares to rise on the next chapter of your life, God is about to showcase what He can do with a heart that refuses to break, a spirit that refuses to bow, and a soul that refuses to quit. Your comeback is not just about you, it's about the glory of God. It's about proving to a watching world that His promises are true, His love is unshakable, and His plans are unstoppable. So, what does this mean for you today? It means you are on the cusp of a breakthrough that will redefine your life. The delays you've faced were not denials, they were divine detours, rerouting you to a destiny far greater than you could have planned. The rejections you've endured were not roadblocks, they were redirections, guiding you to the people, places, and purposes that align with God's vision for you. The pain you've carried was not punishment, it was preparation, equipping you to walk in the authority and anointing that await you. Everything you've been through has been working together for your good, Romans 8:28. Everything you've lost is being restored sevenfold, Proverbs 6:31. Everything you've surrendered is being multiplied in ways you cannot yet see. But here's the key: your role in this moment is to keep trusting, keep obeying, and keep shining. Do not let the whispers of the past pull you back into doubt. Do not let the wounds of yesterday steal the joy of tomorrow. Do not let the opinions of others dim the light God has placed within you. You are not defined by what they said, you are defined by what He says. And He says you are more than a conqueror, Romans 8:37. He says you are the head and not the tail, Deuteronomy 28 hours 13 minutes. He says you are destined to bear fruit that remains, John 15:16. Hold fast to these truths, beloved, because they are the foundation of your rising. As you rise, remember to rise with grace. The temptation to prove others wrong, to flaunt your success, to return evil for evil, it will be strong. But God has called you to a higher standard. Your victory is not about shaming your critics, it's about showcasing His character. Your elevation is not about settling scores, it's about settling souls into the knowledge of His love. Your breakthrough is not about personal gain, it's about generational impact. The world is watching, not just to see what you achieve, but to see how you achieve it. They're watching to see if your faith holds up, if your love endures, if your light shines even in the face of darkness. Let them see Jesus in you. Let them see a heart that forgives, a spirit that perseveres, a life that reflects the beauty of surrender. This is your moment, beloved. The stage is set. The audience is waiting. The author of your story is ready to turn the page. But before we close, let me encourage you to take one more step, engage with this message. If these words have stirred your spirit, if they've reminded you of your worth, if they've reignited your hope, don't keep it to yourself. Drop a them in the comments to declare that you've been underestimated but never broken. Tag someone who's walking in quiet strength, someone who needs to hear that their silence is not in vain. Like and share this post to spread the truth that the best revenge is divine success. Your engagement is not just a clicker, it's a seed sown into the lives of others, a ripple of encouragement that can reach someone else in the shadows, reminding them that they, too, are seen, valued, and destined for greatness. Together, let's create a community of quiet warriors, a movement of resilient hearts, a chorus of voices that proclaim the faithfulness of God. Your story is not just so, it's a beacon for others who are still finding their way. By liking, commenting, and sharing, you're extending a hand to those who feel forgotten, inviting them into the truth that heaven sees them, too. You're amplifying a message that silence is not weakness, that waiting is not wasted, and that God is always working, even in the hush. So rise, beloved. Rise with courage. Rise with faith. Rise with the assurance that your comeback is not just coming, it's here. The whispers will fade, the doubts will dissolve, and the glory of God will shine through you in ways that no one can deny. You are unstoppable, not because of your strength, but because of His. You are victorious, not because of your plans, but because of His purpose. You are a living miracle, not because of what you've done, but because of what He's doing in you.